For as long as you are under slavery or under bondage, fighting for freedom is forever until you get freedom. Nigeria is almost a lawless nation. We are a country that has so many laws but are governed by people who do not abide by the laws. In fact, we have a National Assembly who seem to be more of lawbreakers than the lawmakers. They make laws for the poor but cannot live by those laws. They chose what part of the judicial orders to obey and the ones they can violate. So when you want to see how corrupt a country is, look at the laws. So many laws for everything, but nobody is, because the problem are not the laws, it is the implementation of the laws. In Nigeria, if you go by the laws that protect people, everybody should be protected. Everybody should be okay. Women should be protected. Children, there is a Universal Basic Education Act that provides that there is compulsory education from primary to secondary level. But guess what? We have more than 20 million out of school children. So there is a disconnect between our laws and the enforcement of those laws, and that is where we must pay attention to, not having charlatans making laws that they cannot abide by. So the Nigerians do not believe it is possible to have free and fair elections.
I was going to say that.
A lot of Nigerians do not even want to invest time in that because they know it will not work. But the truth is, the more they refuse, the more you must insist, because that is your only silver bullet.
So we should
without
not give up.
Don't give up. Debbie, if you complain about insecurity, hunger, inflation, unemployment, you are wasting time. Guess why? The persons who are responsible for this thing are coming back in 2027. If you fail to hold them accountable, you are renewing your Shege subscription for another 4 years. You go still lament.
All over
So
again,
either fix election now or continue to postpone the evil day.
Now the truth is, a lot of people have been protesting. This is not the first time that people are coming out to say we want a reform. But then, do you think that a time will ever come when this reform will take place?
Yes. The time is already coming.
Okay.
You know, there is nothing that incites or mobilizes national uproar than a bad and failed system. Now the shege way they go through go mobilize you. Because pretending not to be a part of it or not paying attention to it does not insulate you from being a victim. You can be a victim of a process you decide to ignore. Nigeria can happen to you. Between now where you they plan to jackpot and when you jackpot, stray bullets can hit anybody.
Exactly.
People who have died were not protesting. For as long as you are under slavery or under bondage, fighting for freedom is forever until you get freedom.
Exactly. We cannot stop requesting for better things in this country. We cannot stop requesting for electoral reforms if we are to vote in 2027. And you know how stressful that election day used to be. Or should I say, you know the level of stress we used to pass through before casting our vote. And if strong and acceptable electoral reforms is in place, we will now go through those stress comfortably. And after going through those stress, we'll be rest assured that our vote will actually be counted towards the person we voted for. Because that has been the major place where they always cheat us. Every election season, they will always come out with different number. I assure you, I assure you, I assure you. And at the end of the whole thing, they will still switch it to the person they want. I will be left with nothing than to complain and lament for the next 4 years. And that is the major reason why we are where we are today. But if strong electoral reforms that is acceptable by everybody, and it's not just strong, it is legally bounded with confirmed consequences that cannot be altered. If this kind of thing is in place, then everybody will be okay. In fact, let me allow you to listen to what Peter has to say more in this video and other reactions of what is going on in this country. As you are listening to it, make sure you are sharing your thoughts with me on the comment section. Share the video and also subscribe in case if you have never done so for more updates. And after that, I'll be back. Let's go there.
So the protests we have had in Nigeria have been, you know, NSAS. There is a lot that happened with NSAS and all that. Now it has to be strategic. If you want to see a protest that will be efficient, identify one foundational problem. Identify the institution where it will be solved and shut down that place. We don't have any business on the toll gate or on the street. The National Assembly and the Presidential Villa and the State Houses of Assembly are the focus of Nigeria. That is where you will get what you want.
I was going to come to that NSAS thing you said. Now, how do we talk to Nigerians to let them come out? Because someone who was a victim during that NSAS, because I said something before, those of them that died during the NSAS, to them, wherever they are, they think that
Nigeria
Nigeria
done
is
better.
Yes. Now, if someone who lost a family member, how would you talk to that person to let the person come out to make sure they seek for this electoral reform, to make sure Nigeria goes better?
Edafe, because your family member died from NSAS protest does not mean you too cannot die from Nigeria's dysfunction.
Word.
Your own family member may have died from NSAS bullets.
Yes.
Your own, maybe you reach UBTH and there is no oxygen. Or you are sick and there is no ambulance to take you there. Or there is even an ambulance but the road is flooded. There is no fuel.
Yes.
As long as you are alive, we must continue to struggle. And if we do not do anything to consolidate on the pain of the persons whose lives were lost,
The problem continues.
it then means we have even failed them.
Yeah.
Because as you rightly said, where they go, they think say Nigeria done better.
Yes.
Maybe they were martyrs. But not knowing that the persons who they were even fighting with have given up. Imagine such a situation. Nation building is not a sprint, it's a marathon. Every country that has developed was developed by resilient people. You will face challenges and difficulties, but you must be as tough as it gets.
Give up, no join.
No join, no.
It's not in our dictionary.
Because
giving up.
if you go to embassies, you see the thousands of people that want to leave the country, because a lot of Nigerian youths are already giving up on this country.
But make I shock you. When Ukraine and Russia started their war, and then they say that people are fighting there, Ukraine was looking for conscripts from other countries that may go to join them.
Yes.
Nigerians went to the Nigerian Foreign Affairs Ministry to go and put down their name that they want to go to Ukraine.
Yeah. Just because
they interviewed them and said that no, now it is war with one of the most powerful military against Russia. They say that Nigeria too is at war. Say it is the same thing. He said, Shebi, if you survive, they will give you visa, you go stay there. Let's go.
Let's go.
If you die, you die. If I no die, it is that bad.
Exactly.
Nigerians are migrating from Nigeria to Togo.
I can imagine.
People are leaving Nigeria. They are protesting against Nigerians in Ghana now.
Yes.
Remember 30 years ago, how many years ago under Shagari when it was Ghana must go?
Ghana must go.
Today, Nigerians in Ghana are being threatened to even leave.
Nigerians must go.
Nigerians are in Cameroon. Nigerians, as we are talking, are in the Middle East,
And we
Iran,
see we are the
Yes.
giants
and
of
Iraq.
Africa.
Benghazi, people are in Iraq.
The most populated black nation in the world, one of the most blessed country in terms of human and natural
Exactly.
resources.
Yeah.
That is where we are as a people.
Okay.
So the desperation is frightening. We must fix it.
This is a message to Northerners. Now, when I make my videos, I want to assure you that it's not an attempt to make mockery or throw insults to the good people of the North. But I make this video from a place where I want a country that is developed and measures up to its contemporaries out there in the global scale. Since Nigeria was formed in 1960, where is the North and where is the South? And why is this very deep discrepancies? If you go to most of the states in the South, they are all developed. But if you go to the North, most of the states are impoverished. And that is because the politicians, rather than sell education to the people, to the youth, they sold religion. Rather than sell a mindset that yearns for development, they sold religion to you. Rather than sell steps and architects that rebuild our mental perception, our mental, what is it I'm looking for? Our mental expectation for development, they sold to you religion. Now, do I say religion is bad? Of course, there's nothing bad about religion, provided you understand why you have a religion. For me, religion is a pathway to discover man's righteousness. But rather than discover righteousness, they told you that religion should be an instrument of hate, an instrument of prejudice, an instrument to make you dislike your neighbor. If indeed we are a country and we say it's one Nigeria, then we must create an atmosphere of peace, fairness, justice, and a country that absorbs all, irrespective of your religion, tribe, or race, or where you come from. But your politicians have deceived you, telling you that you can be happy because your religion is threatened. Nobody's threatening your religion. Nobody's threatening your religion. Please practice your religion, but please allow me to practice mine too. Now, 2027 is coming, and they're already telling you that Peter Obi is a liar. Peter Obi will break this country. Peter Obi will threaten your religion. No, Nigeria must be governed or must be led by a Muslim, and all the narratives that bears no developmental underpinnings or undertones to them. Yet, you swallow them. Why? They don't want you to develop, your politicians. They want you to remain in a place of dependence where you are comfortable with poverty, where you say it is God's design that I remain poor, whereas their children go to the best of schools abroad, even in places they describe as countries of Boko Haram, education of the infidel. Their children go to school there. They tell that poverty is God's design for you, but they hate poverty like they will hate a bite from a mamba. So who is the fool? Now, I make this video because I want you to take a journey into your mind and ask, is it truly God's will that I remain poor, whereas those who constantly sing contentment in me, they are living very lavish life and have all the money to spend, whereas my children wake up in the morning to go to their doorsteps or to their gates, knocking only to beg for crumbs or few currencies that will thrown at me, and I will pray all the best of prayer to them. Allah jaza maninka, Allah karamakara sana, Allah me, Allah and all the praises. No. Development and prosperity is for everybody who desires it. But hey, they kill that desire in you, whereas they fuel their own desire to loot as much, building big mansions for themselves in front of you, because they told you that, look, riches is for me, poverty is for you. Do you want to stay and accept this? No. We need to change the country where everybody desires for prosperity and everybody can have it. You can have it if you change your mindset. Forget that they tell you that Peter Obi is an infidel. Look, Peter Obi is the one that can change the scenario of the North. The corruption that has plagued this country can be changed. The poverty that has plagued the North can be changed. Let me tell you, the North is richer than the South. Oil is not the richest thing. There are countries that have no trace of mineral resources in their countries, and yet they are one of the superpowers. Israel, for instance, they don't have any mineral resources, but they are classified as one of the superpowers of this country, one of the developed countries in the world. So there is a lot of agriculture, but rather than your leaders, your politicians to harness these God-given resources, they are so lazy, they depend solely every year for resources coming from Abuja. Please, let us join hand and vote somebody that can harness the collective resources of Nigeria to make us rub shoulders with with contemporary nations elsewhere in the world. We are too big to become laughing stocks to countries, yet up till now we had seen them as countries below us. Take Ghana currencies, for instance. Ghana currencies above our own. Somebody called me from Equatorial Guinea. Yeah, is that Mauritania? Somebody called me from Mauritania today and said that Mauritanian currency is bigger than that of Nigeria. Why? Because we have allowed mundane reasons, consideration to decide how we determine our leaders. Nobody is threatening your religion. Nobody is threatening the way of life. But hey, we cannot mortgage our collective will to develop, our collective will to prosper, because we place religion above our desire. Please, religion is a pathway to discover man's righteousness. But if your religion does not imbue righteousness in you, instead it replaces righteousness with hatred, discord, dislike in you for a fellow man created by the same God that created you, then the religion you practice needs to be reinvestigated. My name is Magnus Oraka, and I make this video not to stir up controversies, not to stir up argument, not to stir up debate. I make this video solely because I want to create an awakening that no single tribe has the monopoly to think that God has placed him or them above the rest of other tribes. We must come together and throw our religious differences aside, throw our regional differences aside, anything that divides us, we put it aside. Let's come out because we have a common interest, and that common interest is to make Nigeria better than it is.
You get the point. Now, what do you have to say? Share your thoughts with me on the comment section. And of course, you know the vibe. Click on that subscribe button, follow, and share for more updates. Because like this,